All right, so today we're going back to school and I'm going to show everyone how the different types of proxies work, why you can only use certain types of proxies with different platforms, why you can't use certain types of proxies with different platforms, why you can't use VPNs, why you have to use proxies, because I still keep getting asked questions about this, which is fine. And I thought, how can I make myself clear? How can I explain a complicated topic in a way for everyone to understand? So I thought we'll go back to school and use Microsoft Paint. Hey, I'm Bjorn Olsen from YourOFEmpire.com, owner of your OnlyFans Empire, an OnlyFans management agency managing girls in the top 1% from all over the world, completely remotely. No office, hence the different hotel rooms and all my different videos. Check us out at YourOFEmpire.com or at YourOFEmpire on all major social media platforms. But for now, let's get back to the video. I haven't used Microsoft Paint in a minute, but it appears that I've still got it. I've still got it. Ha! It's had a couple of upgrades since I last used it, but anyway. So in this video, I'm going to show you the main types of proxies, which are residential, static residential, data center, and mobile proxies. They're the main ones. Why a couple of them work with platforms, why a couple of them don't work with platforms, and the difference between them and how these platforms detect when you're using the different types and why you can get your account banned by using the wrong ones. Because I understand that can be very confusing. So, all right. So the main platforms you have to worry about are OnlyFans, dating apps. That's Tinder, but that's just, a sign of all dating apps. And Reddit. Instagram, Twitter, and that, it's kind of a case-by-case basis. You don't have to worry too much because you can have, I don't know, I think it's about 5, maybe 6 Instagram accounts for one device. I think I've got 6 alone logged into my personal phone. But the main ones we want to worry about are OnlyFans, dating apps, and Reddit. OnlyFans because you're in a situation where you can be working for a model who is in another country, and then you want to access the account, or you want to outsource a certain aspect of the account to like a VA for chatting. So in that case, you can have 3 different people accessing the account. That would be the model, your chatter, and you, because you'll be scheduling content. If you're a professional, you want to check up and make sure that shit is getting done. So that would be 3 different people checking the account. Now, you can't all assume all these 3 people are in the same country. So that's where Proxies are going to come in because you want to make it look like you're all coming from the same country. Otherwise, OnlyFans are going to get suspicious right quick. And dating apps, kind of the same. No, that's not the same thing. I just thought I could take a shortcut there in my explanation. Dating apps, you need proxies. Well, actually, if you use our method using iPhones, you don't need proxies. But I understand a lot of people still like doing the whole anti-detect proxies or app cloner with proxies or just proxy. Sometimes I get the impression that some people think that if it's more complicated, it must be better. But look, we'll just let them be on their merry way. I've tried to show you what we do and how it works and how we don't need verification and why our method's fucking awesome. But oh well, you just keep doing you, boo. So for those people, I'll show you why you need certain proxies for dating apps. And Reddit is Reddit's a similar situation to dating apps, as in when you get banned from that platform, they'll typically ban your device, your IP, which is the device and the internet that you're using to access that account. Did I explain that properly? So, for example, if you get banned on a phone on Tinder, then you can no longer use that phone, well, without resetting it, or the internet you're using, which is the SIM card or the proxy, to make another dating app account. They'll detect it and they'll get banned. You'll get banned. Same with Reddit. They tend to ban the whole IP and device, I think. So if you get banned, if one of your Reddit accounts get banned on a device, they'll ban that device and the internet/proxy you're using, which means you want to have one Reddit account per one proxy. So then if a Reddit account gets banned, no worries at all, because all your others are secret safe on other proxies, making it look like they're using totally different internet connections. So that's the reason there. Okay, so let's get to work explaining. All right, so residential, as its name suggests, makes it look like, here we go, let's start using some tools there. Residential, as its name suggests, makes it look like the internet is coming from a house. But the thing with the normal residential, as opposed to the static residential, is that, oh, what's going on here? Is that they bounce around. So if you use a normal, I haven't pre-planned this by the way, so I'm curious how this is going to go. So if you use a normal residential proxy, it's going to look like, yes, it's coming from a house. Let's see if this works. Does this work? Little scribbles. Oh, that's a bit thin, isn't it? It's a bit bloody thin. How do you make it thicker? Oh, there. So, oh, that's a bit thin too. Hang on. Bear with me. It's been a little bit. How do you up the ante on this bad boy? Oh, there we go. I told you it's been a while, eh? Boom. We're in business. All right, now let's use a red one. Now we go purple. Okay, so a residential makes it look like the internet is coming from the house. So OnlyFans says, okay, that internet's coming from the house, which is pretty normal. But the thing with normal residential, as opposed to static residential, is that it can bounce around and make it look like the internet is coming from one of many houses. It can bounce around. So yes, it looks like it's coming from a house, but it's bouncing all over the shop. So platforms like OnlyFans, Tinder, I don't know if Reddit cares. I'm not sure. I haven't really tried that. I think it might be okay. So these platforms go, okay, that internet's coming from a house, but it's bouncing around. That's odd because I didn't know people can fly. So then they go, that seems a little suspicious. And then they'll ban the accounts. Or they'll at least, well, sorry, I can't speak too general. So dating apps will ban the account. OnlyFans, not too sure. Haven't tried, but it won't be good. Good things won't happen because OnlyFans are it's bouncing around all these different houses, and then you got this person logging in from this country and this person logging in from that country. What the hell's going on? And they'll go, it's a bloody agency. So that's not going to end well. So that is what a normal residential, let's see how many we can do. That is what a normal residential does. So guess what? You don't want to use that. All right. Now we're going to jump in and we're going to go, look, let's move this around. We're getting good at this. We're getting good. All right. Now we'll skip static residential because static residential are the ones we use. So I'll save that till last. Now let's go to data center. All right. Here's data center. Data center are like servers that these proxy providers set up, and they let everyone use the same proxies. So what does that mean? What that means is, let's get a little bloody paintbrush here. Is that right? Yep, testing. Yeah. Okay. So OnlyFans goes, well, okay, OnlyFans and Tinder, they go, okay, we've got this internet connection coming in from this guy, but what the hell? What all these other internet connect? What is? Wait, what's all those other internet connections doing? Ah, hang on, why is it bouncing around? Why is it bouncing around? Why is it bouncing around for? What? Hang on. What? Wait, what's got what? Fuck. What's what's going on? What's going on? And they go, that's sus. Must be a data center proxy. Because data center proxy is like it's like a public car park or a public train station where they let all these people use the same IP address. The reason being it's for these type of proxies is that for most people that use proxies, they're not trying to fool anyone as such. They're not trying to fool platforms like OnlyFans and Tinder. They're just trying to hide their computer address. That's all. They're just trying to hide it. They're not trying to they don't care about looking like a real person. They're just trying to hide the address. That is the purpose for the for the other proxies like residential data center. Yeah, it will hide your identity, which is the main purpose for a lot of people that use it. But for us, we're trying to not only hide our identity, we're trying to look like a real person coming from somewhere else. Okay. So data center is not going to do that because it's going to have everyone come in. It's going to, what the fuck is going on there? All right. Here's the big test. So as you can guess, don't use data center. All right. Holy shit, paint, not bad. Look at that. Fuck. Holy shit. Okay. So you can't use data center. All right. Now, mobile proxies. My knowledge is a little dicey on mobile proxies, but let's see if I get this right, all right? Now, mobile proxies are awesome. You can use them. No worries. You can use them. Because what do mobile proxies look like? Mobile proxies look like this. Okay, you use your mobile proxy, OnlyFans and Tinder, go, oh yeah, that internet's coming from a mobile. No worries. No worries at all. Ah, the mobile's moving around, but yeah, that's cool. Yeah, they move around. That's what mobiles do. You know, people use them where on they go. So it's like, oh yeah, oh that's cool. That looks, yeah, that's no worries. That's cool. That's mobile proxy. No worries at all. And if I'm right, I'm pretty sure I am. You're the only one that gets to use that mobile proxy. You're kind of renting that number. So it's just you who uses it. It's just you. You're the only person that OnlyFans and Tinder are going to see coming from that. They're going to go, oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it's moving around. No worries at all. No worries at all. All right. Now, why don't I leave this till last? Why don't we use this? The only reason why we don't use this is because it's a lot more expensive. That's it. Only reason. Otherwise, we use mobile proxies for everything. Only reason is that it's more expensive. So you can imagine if you're running an agency and you're setting up a shit ton of accounts and heaps of dating apps and heaps of Reddit accounts, and you get all these, like the chatters using their OnlyFans account, and everyone's logging in, and and using all these mobile proxies, which charge by the data usage, as opposed to most proxies, you kind of just pay for that proxy. You pay like a subscription fee kind of, and you're just hiring that proxy. No matter what you do on it, you're just hiring that IP address, really. Mobile proxy is different. You're paying by the data. You're essentially renting that connection, and you're renting that proxy IP, but you're paying by the data you stuff, using it with like this and this and this, and it's going to get real expensive real quick. That's the only reason why we don't use it. So what we'll say is that, yeah, you can use it if you want. It's going to be expensive, all right? Now, last but not least, this is the one we use for everything. In my opinion, this is the one you want to look out for, and this is static residential. Now, what is static residential? What's the difference between static residential and normal residential? Well, remember when I first showed you normal residential? It said, oh yeah, it's coming from a house. OnlyFans said, oh yeah, it's coming from a house. Dating, oh yeah, it's coming from a house. But with normal residential, it was bouncing around. And I was like, hang on, what the fuck? It was coming from that house before. What? Hang on, wasn't it coming from that? Wasn't that coming from? No. It was coming from that house, wasn't it? Hang on, wasn't that fucking? Isn't it coming from that? And they go, banned. Now, difference with static residential is static means to stay still. So what does that mean? Static residential means it's coming from a house that is staying still, which typically looks like a real person because, houses don't move, all right? So it looks like you've got your computer set up in your office at your house and you're just accessing the platform from there, which looks pretty normal. So you've got access OnlyFans, dating apps, whatever, Reddit. Like, yeah, it's coming from a house that's staying still. Looks pretty normal. Looks pretty normal. Now, there's another variable at play, and that's the quality of the proxy IP address. You'll hear about fraud scores, and some proxy providers are well known to these platforms. They'll be flagged automatically, regardless what proxy you get. That's a whole nother issue. The quality of proxy is a whole nother issue. On Empire, we have formulated a massive list of proxies, which is still forever growing, and we list all the quality of them next to it as well, and what types of proxies they offer. We're just trying to formulate this master list that people can go to. But this video is not about fraud scores and all that. This is just about what different ones do and why you have to use certain ones. So static residential is the go because static means still and residential means house. So it looks like the internet's coming from a house that's standing still, all right? Now, I was going to say something else. What was I going to say? Yes, VPN. So static residential is the go, in my opinion. Now, what is the difference between a proxy and a VPN? Okay, so a proxy is all these different specific things that I just mentioned. So, it could be coming from a house that's staying still, it could be coming from a house that's bouncing around, it could be coming from a data center that's bouncing around. They all have their unique different things, it could be coming from a mobile, blah, blah, blah. VPN is pretty much Oh, yeah. We'll hide your internet connection, all right, but mate, it's going to come from over here. It's going to fucking look like it's come from Russia, and then it's going to bounce over to with love. It's going to bounce over to New Zealand, and it's going to go to Australia and Thailand and Vietnam and Thailand and Australia oh yeah, you'll get the internet connection. No worries, mate. And we'll hide you who you are, but it's going to come from everywhere. Sole purpose of a VPN is to hide your identity, hide your IP address, and that is all they guarantee. But it's just going to bounce. It bounces around. That's the whole point of it. It bounces around so you can't track it. It's like, oh, it's coming from London. Oh, hang on. No. Now it's in Australia. Oh, hang on. No, now it's in New Zealand. That's over there. And that is why you can't use VPNs. So that's it. So I hope that helps. So for those people still asking questions that were still a little confused, because I get it. It's fucking complicated as fuck. I hope that explained it. Now, before I wrap up the video, yeah. All right, you're right. Empire Forums. It, let's get a master. I, where do I start? Where do I really? It's got a it's got a master list in each different it's got a master list in each different troubleshooting. Mate, if you've got verification poses for Bumble, for Tinder, you got complete guides for this, complete guide how to automate, how to the Yoffi method. That's oh, I wouldn't show too much there. No, no. Aha, the Yoffi method. Yeah, you got to be on there to know that. That is how we set up our dating apps so that we don't need to verify, we don't flag them, we go under the radar. Master list of how to create Apple ID. It has everything. Look, I'm not making this shit up. There's a reason I plug this at the end of each video. It's insane. Virtual assistants. If you're wondering how to get VAs, how to hire chatters, how to train, it's it's insane. Oh, $79 a month. That's expensive. No worries. That's fine. Yeah, go pay $2,000 for a chatting course. That speaking of chatting course, oh, hang on. Yeah, no, that's cool. No worries at all. You go do that. You go do that. That's cool. That's cool. We'll just be chilling there with all our scripts constantly getting updated bi-weekly. $79 is too much for you, then you're in the wrong business, my friend. But that's it. So I hope you like the video. So if you like the video, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and I'll see you on another video.